Are you having trouble trying to upgrade your rear end and don't know where to go? QA1 has you covered with our new 9-inch rear end solution. Hi guys, I'm Colton and this is Bill with QA1. And today we're checking out our new 9-inch housing solution for our rear end suspension systems. Now, Bill, why would you want to upgrade your rear end?
There's a lot of reasons. Probably some of the bigger ones are, one, we can put a lot more power down today than we were able to back in the 60s. Another one is sometimes your original rear end, if you've got, for example, a 69 Z28, that would have a factory 12 bolt. Those are really valuable in their own skin. And the third is sometimes some of those cars, for example, a Pontiac Firebird would have a different rear end that would have really difficult time finding things like brake upgrades and differential upgrades and axle upgrades. So the big reasons to upgrade your rear end is you can put a ton of power to something like this. 4 9 inches proven since the day it came out of how much power and abuse it can take. They're plentiful. I mean, this is a fully brand new fabricated housing that we've made. And then there's endless options for brakes, differentials, gearing, axle, you name it, you can get it for a 4 9-inch.
So I've had a ton of experience myself actually looking for some new rear end solutions on the market. Unfortunately, there's just a billion options. There's tons of factors like different geometry, different bracketry, and a ton of fabrication that's involved that quite frankly, I don't have the capabilities to do.
Yeah, it can get really hairy. You're talking about width, flange to flange. What does that actually look like out at the axles? Pinion angle. If you're doing a 4-link conversion, you're going to have specific bracketry for that. So it gets really hairy with all of the measurements that you need to get. And so what we've done on these 4-link kits is we've made a specific direct bolt-in that is designed for the geometry of this 4-link kit. And all of that stuff is already figured out. We've gone and done all the engineering, we've designed the brackets, we've located them, we've worked out the width, we've worked out the pinion angle, all of that stuff so that you have a direct bolt-in 9-inch housing that goes along with your all-new 4-link conversion for your Nova or Camaro.
Wow. So you're pretty much saying it's an all-in-one solution.
It is, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so you can get the 4-link kit with the rear end housing, and with that there are 2 different options. There's a factory width option. There's also a narrowed option, and that narrowed option is going to allow you to run like a mini tub and keep you like a 300 plus series tire in your rear wheel wells, but underneath the rear quarter panel. So you don't have to modify your quarter panels, things like that, unless you really want to.
So just talking about the 9-inch, what can I expect to get with this?
Like you said, when you look into rear end options, there can be a ton of them. And what we've done is we've gone through and figured out what we think are the best all around options. So in these 9-inch housings, we've added a jack port on the bottom, so you can jack up on the back of the rear end housing to car up in the air. There's also a drain plug underneath here, as well as a fill port. So from a maintenance standpoint, we've made maintenance pretty easy, so you don't have to pull the third member out to drain the fluid and replace it, things like that. So you've got a jack port, you've got a drain plug and a fill plug. These use the big Ford Torino style flanges on the outside, which is a big thing in the 9-inch world. Long story short, Ford, when they were making these back in the day, they had different flanges for different cars. And the one that the aftermarket has attached to the most in terms of rear brake kits and things like that is the Torino style flange. So we've incorporated the Torino flange to give you the most options possible for brakes and axles. We've also got a 31 spline axle on both sides. You wouldn't want to have different splines on both sides, either side there, would you?
No, no.
We've done it on both sides.
Well, isn't that magical? So it sounds like this is a super feature-rich platform, but what all comes in the kit?
Well, I mean, you get the complete 4-link kit. You also get, in the 9-inch housing option, you get the housing itself, which comes with the 31 spline axles made specifically for the width that you choose. It comes with the flanges and bearings for the outside. It comes with the studs for the bearing flanges. Also comes with the studs for the third member.
Well, speaking of third members, what else do I need with this kit to really finish it off and get my car on the road?
Well, you are going to need to supply the brake kit of your choosing. Again, like we said, this does come with the Torino style flange, which is the most common for cool brake kits. You'll also need your complete third member. So they are available fully assembled, ready to bolt in the car, so you don't need to do anything with pinion shims and spacing and gear meshing and all that. You just get a complete third member. It'll bolt directly into this. And like I said, we do supply the studs, everything to put this together except for the brake kit and the third member. So get yourself those couple of things and you're ready to roll.
Well, it kind of seems like you guys have worked out all the kinks in this. I mean, it's direct bolt-in. It doesn't seem like there's a lot missing. Is it supposed to be this easy?
Well, it's easy for you guys because we've gone through all of the hassle of figuring out the geometry and the bracketry and the width and the options. We've gone through all of those details already so that you don't have to.
Well, all of that is great. That was super informational and is going to be super helpful for me in my search for a new rear end housing. I'm hoping that I can get this solution right here. If you want more information on our 4-link systems and or our 9-inch housings, you can go ahead and check out the description below, go to QA1.net, or give our tech line a call, and we'll be able to talk to you about it all day. Well, with all of that, make sure you get out on the road and
go drive it.